potatoes. Hello everybody, what's going on? How are you today? I'm sitting out in my yard. It's funny, I was just thinking, I wish I had an interesting life that I could make content and whatnot. And then I realized I'm barbecuing for the first time in about 20 years, so that's content. I've already started though, so you're about halfway through, but I'll take you through the step anyways. In there I have some potatoes and onions, and they've been in there for about 20 minutes. I boiled the potato for about 5 minutes prior to give it a kickstart, and I wrapped it up in tin foil, threw a big slab of butter on it, and it's now cooking. It's been in there almost 20 minutes, so I'm going to put the steak on now. I've got this slab of steak. It's going on the barbecue. And I will let that sit there for about 5 minutes. I'll start my timer, and once the timer goes off, I will flip it for another 3 or 4 minutes to get a nice juicy medium rare steak. The temperature is about 300. I lost a little bit of heat when I was putting it on, but that's okay, it'll go back up. And we're gonna have ourselves a good steak. All right. Gonna have a little bit of a sit down talk with you guys. My last video, I just got my vaccine and I didn't do very well. My arm was really sore and I was very dizzy and disoriented. The latter went away after a few hours. I was feeling a lot better that way, but my arm was still super sore. So sore I couldn't get comfortable and sleep that night because every time I tried to move, it would hurt. The best way to describe it was getting your tooth pulled. I felt like I had my tooth pulled out of my arm. That wedge, feeling of having something wedged up your mouth, like you know when you get that tooth pulled. That's how it felt. The next morning when one of my roommates got up, I got some Tylenol from them because I didn't have any, and I was finally able to sleep. But this was at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I slept all day. And ever since then, my sleep pattern has been whack. I haven't been able to sleep at night. I sleep during the day and I'm up all night. And it's really bogus, but I'm working on it. I'm working on getting that better. Like, I felt fine, my soreness wise, like after I got some Tylenol. I've been out on the one wheel a little bit. I went out with my buddy Chris, who's a skateboarder. He should have gone pro, but he didn't. And we went to South Keys Mall in the parking lot there, and I used a shopping cart as like training wheels type deal. I'll show you in the video here. And that helped a great deal. I'm still having a hard time trusting it though, and like letting myself go with it. Like I hold myself back, so I'm working on that this week. Other than that, everything is good. It's a beautiful sunny day. Last week was really chilly, but so far this week it's been great. I'm probably overdressed. I could get away with just a t-shirt, but you know, life is good today. I'm gonna have a steak dinner. Oh. Alright, that'll be good to go in about 3 minutes. After this is done, I have a coffee somewhere. Maybe I left it inside. But I'll sit down and I'll drink my coffee and eat my steak and potatoes. And I don't think I'll put aside with it other than that. I don't think I need one, but you know, I have options. I have some rice and some sidekicks. I have some frozen veggies, some Brussels sprouts, some beans, green beans, and maybe some broccoli and ghost broccoli. we'll have to see what I get into. First, I'm just gonna wait for the steak, which won't be much longer. Won't be much longer. I'm actually really looking forward to it. It's gonna be good. I had steak a few weeks ago, but I cooked it on the stove. So this is my first time barbecuing in about 20 years. This is just gonna be a simple vlog. I'm not gonna do anything too earth-shattering. Maybe just a little bit of cooking with me. If you want to see more of this cooking and barbecue stuff, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll do more cooking videos. It's always possible to do more cooking videos. You never know. You never know. I don't have much planned for this week. I'm working on a resume. I start French lessons on Friday, so that's good. A friend of mine who teaches French for government employees is going to be giving me private lessons, which is very nice. I appreciate that. So I'll be parlez-vous français before you know it. Started watching Love, Death and Robots season 2, which is pretty interesting. I like that. I like the first season a lot. So I can't wait to watch more of the second season. Other than that, things are just going pretty hunky-dory. No complaints. No complaints. How are things going for you? Hopefully they're doing good. AMC stock market is booming right now. I bought a bunch of AMC in January, and it went up to $12 and stayed there. Stayed there for like months, and then last week it went up to $26. And I read several reports saying it's only going to go higher. And one report saying Tuesday, after the long weekend, because it's Memorial Day weekend last weekend in the States, it was going to go back down to $12. So I said everyone else was wrong, this guy's right, and I sold it all. By the time I got around to looking at the stocks yesterday, after I woke up, it had shot up to $32 a share. I bought into it. It went up to about 35. It went back down to about 30 before market close. So I sold it. So I didn't want to lose any money. And that was a very foolish mistake, because when I got up today, it was at $65 a share. So I bought back into it. Hopefully it goes up enough to make worth my while. It's a kick in the pants, because I had 21 shares and now I've only got 11. But you live and you learn. You live and you learn. Happens when you mess around with meme stocks, but that's okay too. I'm by no means a financial advisor, so don't take my advice. So you've always got to make sure that the barbecue is off. I've turned it off. And you close it. And because I'm a good roommate, I will wipe the barbecue off. Alright, something kicked in. I had an error message when I took my first bite, so I don't know how much of that was recorded. I had to turn my camera off and on and reset the battery and shit, so I'm gonna try one of my potatoes. Oh yeah, cooked to perfection. Really hot though, still quite warm. But just, don't even have to chew it, it just falls apart. I'm gonna try some of the onion. That was good. The onion maybe could have been cooked a few minutes longer, but it's still just as sweet. Barbecued onion is great because it becomes almost like candy. and less oniony. This still had a little bit of onionness to it, but it was still quite sweet. I like it. That's some tasty taters. Piece of steak. It's pretty damn good. I did a pretty good job. So yeah, Tom Green's been in Ottawa. I've seen a lot of his videos on YouTube. I don't know if he still is or not, but he's been down on Bank Street a lot, talking to people, just like he did back in the Tom Green show. He had Shawarma King, which was really nice. I like Shawarma King. And just, yeah. So, if I get up early enough during the day, maybe later on this week, I'll go down and see if he's still in Ottawa, still hanging around Bank Street. Because you never know, he's from here, so. This was a good meal. I'm glad I did this. I have got my coffee here, but I also have a glass of Pepsi. Well, that was nice. The peeling of the potato was just crispy, and inside was just baked perfectly. Potatoes. I've got some potatoes. One last potato. I hope you're having a good dinner too. That was really rude of me. I forgot to ask what you're having for dinner. I'm having steak and potatoes. My last little piece of steak here.